And now we come to the best part. Jesus testifies to the saving grace of God. And I ask you, have you received his testimony? This is the most remarkable testimony of all. You know, we were just looking at creation and the moral law. Jesus' testimony in creation, it's self-evident and natural. In the moral law, it's self-evident. You know that those things are wrong. We know that it's true. We know that it is of God. We can't deny. It's not difficult for us to understand. But because we don't like it, we rebel against it and we push it aside like we saw, instead of certifying that God is true. But when it comes to the gospel of grace, it's inconceivable that God, the true holy God, should promise forgiveness and redemption to sinners like us. That he should declare that he would bless us when we deserve to be cursed. The holy God. That he should declare that we are righteous when we know that we are sinners. That he should promise to take away our heart of stone and give us a heart that responds to him. That he should even adopt us as his own sons and daughters when we know that we're unfit to even live in his presence. That he should promise us an inheritance with him in glory when we deserve to perish in the lake of fire. That's the testimony. And what is even more outrageous is the way that God testified that he was going to do these things. That he would send his only son Jesus, from heaven, who is fully God, and as we have seen, the creator of all things. That he who is transcendent and who made everything should become a part of the creation that he made, and in the nature of those that had rebelled against God. That he should come to redeem those people. It's outrageous. It's too much in itself. But then to learn that the Son himself, having come in our nature, was also to go and bear the curse for our sins. That all of our iniquities would be laid on him so that we might have atonement and full and free forgiveness. That he would face the full weight and the full wrath of God in our place. Let me tell you something. Even if God did none of those things, he would still be a perfectly loving, gracious, merciful God. You know, when he created us, he was a perfectly loving, gracious, merciful God toward his creatures. He was all kindness toward those that he had created. He was all love toward them. And to think that this God, when those creatures rebelled against him, that there was any obligation of any kind for him to redeem them somehow. And especially to redeem them in the way that it was necessary for him to redeem them if he was going to redeem them. That's beyond comprehension. If he had left us all to go to hell, he would be perfectly loving, gracious God. These things were not required of him. They're above and beyond anything that is required. They display his grace, but God would be still without doing those things perfectly loving. If God's saving grace were not revealed so fully in the world, our conscience would not be able to believe it. How could this be? But the main reason that Christ has come from heaven is to testify to this very outrageous grace that we're talking about.